Alright, so I know I'm not Jackie Ina, but I'm coming at you with a 20-minute video. Let's move past it, let's accept it, let's move on, okay? Let's get into the gigiana, as Zachary Campbell would say. Yes, so we are just blending a skin tone color, or a little bit of a darker skin tone color, more orangey wash of color over the lids. You'll notice that I'm talking in this video. That was a mistake, which is why we are voicing over. Girl, there is so much going on in the world. It's crazy outside. It's crazy outside. And I think I will make a video talking about it a little bit. But for now, let's just get into these windshield wiper motions. Over the eye, going over that lid. Really just slapping on that wash of color. This is going to help with blending later on. Really buffing it in there. Building up the pigmentation. Going in layer by layer, still buffing and blending, but adding more pigment as we go. And I am using the NK makeup palettes in this video. If you haven't seen my review, if the review isn't up, I like the palettes. They're okay. They do their job. They were like $3, so for $3, they're decent. Going in with a darker shade on that outer V, creating some dimension, but buffing and blending to the point that it's almost overly blended. It actually becomes a little muddy until halfway through the video, when we do a soft cut crease. Really just buffing and blending with a moderately big blending brush, which kind of makes it hard to be very specific in your placement, but hey, it works, and it did sure enough work. So I mean, you clicked this video, so that thumbnail might as well be lit. Buffing and blending, moving over the entire lid now. The world is crazy out there, you guys. It's been giving me actual anxiety. I've been trying to... This video is so old, by the way. I've been trying to edit it for so long now. And it's been hard between, you know, everything that's going on. From a medical standpoint, to a legal standpoint, to a civil rights standpoint. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. But we're gonna get through it, you guys. We always do. Just keep a positive attitude if you can. I know it's hard. I know it's easier said than done. But let's just try to vibe. Going in with a smaller blending brush, a pencil brush, as I like to call it, but really Real Techniques calls it a lip defining brush or a lip smudger brush, whatever, you see what it is. We are going in and adding a more specific placement of the darker shade, and this is just going to help to create definition, really pop that socket bone, which is going to help us with that soft cut crease. 4 minutes in and I'm already being weird. Someone relates to it. I don't care. How's your day? How's everything going? What did you eat today? I had like 3 grilled cheese. I don't even care. No one's gonna stop me. No one's gonna stop me. Who's gonna stop me? You? Going in with another blending brush and just blending that line, keeping things from being harsh. Things will get a little muddy. It's looking almost very 90s grunge, practically. It looks like that's where we're headed, but I promise you we're actually going for more of a amped up 90s supermodel type vibe. Not quite there, but we're in that general area. That's where we're headed. Now we're kind of playing around with that outer V corner, pulling into the lash line just a little bit. Going back and forth using windshield wiper motions. If you wanted to get a stronger level of pigmentation, you would just kind of pat the product on in opposition to physically blending it. But I wanted things to be very soft, so I went in with windshield wiper motions. Going back in with a blending brush, clean blending brush, or well, the same clean blending brush from before, it's not clean anymore, and just blending. Going under that bottom lash line, blending again. Going in with a liner and just lining that lash line. We could have left it here, but my mind's telling me no. So we go in and we do some more windshield wiper motions over the top and blend. Now we're going in with this soft cut crease. I'm going in with just a taupey color on a wet brush, a wet packing brush at that. A wet packing brush at that. And just lightly patting over, creating that soft cut crease look. This instantly opens up the eye and adds another layer of definition and dimension, which is very, very important, especially not only in like daily life, but also on film. You don't want to have your actors and actresses looking flat. Going back in with that blending brush and just blending over. Actually went in with the wrong brown shade here, and I was so upset. Going back in and over with that taupe shade, creating another layer, adding up the pigmentation, really building that eyeshadow. Pulling that lid color into the outer V. This is just going to kind of help create the illusion that it was all blended together. Now I'm going in, refining, really creating the shape that I want. Make sure you guys are using a palette and not actually going from your cream makeup to your face. You want to keep things as sanitary as possible. Defining the brow. Buff that all in. Going back onto the lid, really blending over that socket bone. Doing my earnest to make sure both eyes are even. Filling in the brows. Trying my best to keep it moderately natural, trying to keep my natural shape, but just fill in what's not there. Going over with a spoolie to make sure it's blended. Not doing a ton of work to the brows today, just keeping it nice and easy. That's me giving up on my brows. I actually really hate my brows. But I'm getting them together slowly but surely. You'll see, you'll see. Blending in that line on my forehead. Good God. Now we are lining those lips. Getting ready for the best lip color there is. If I do say so myself. It's just a nice brown shade mixed from the Flash palette combined with a lip gloss. Nothing too major. With everything that's going on in the world, it's been really hard to get and stay inspired, but slowly but surely. Baby steps. Applying that lip color. We doing 2 coats, girl. Well, maybe more than 2 coats. And voila, chef's kiss. Here we go, easy, work safe, slightly 90s inspired, and Easy peasy. Soft cut crease.